Now, what does automatic emailing of invoices do? This is going to be your time saver. This is going to allow you to have a tea break, an actual tea break in the middle of the day or in the morning or whenever you choose to. Why? Because what this will do is once it's set up and it's complete, the system is going to email your invoices and credit notes to your clients automatically. So no longer do you need to go and send these invoices off either on a weekly, a daily, a monthly, or however often you need to have it done. Okay? My system will now take care of it for you. Okay. Now, to activate this, you're going to have to activate it in your branch settings. Now, if you know shortcuts, you'll know this little house, these 4 houses that looks like a little suburb, is your shortcut. Failing which, I'm talking nonsense. We're not going in branch setup, we're going in system setup, sorry. To activate it, you're going to go to System, Application, Setup Options. My apologies. I was already in ICC2, which is the next session. So I did reverse a bit. Okay. In here, what you're going to go do is you're going to go into emailing. Can you see we've got that email heading? Simply double click on it. And then what you are going to look for is you're going to look for something that says activate automatic emailing. Now it's very important that you need to have it activated. So to activate it, simply click in the little checkbox and click on Save. And if you're lazy like me and you don't like pressing those buttons, you can simply use your Insert button and it'll also toggle it on for you. Okay, so Insert or Delete will toggle things on and off. It's a bit of a shortcut so you don't have to go click, click. Yes, I want, tick box, save. Right, so very important, please always activate automatic emailing. And then, because you are nice, you can tell the system to always check the out boxes for all users. Now, I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm just saying what this will do is if you're the first one in the office or you work late at night and just before you go home, you activate the emailing and you let the emailing run, the system will send everybody's emails. So all the invoices that everybody captured, it'll send it for everybody. So it is nice. However, and there's always a button, however, isn't it there? The button, however, is if you're doing this and it's a very busy time, it can actually slow down your PC. So please, when you do run this mailing server, just keep that in mind. It's up to you to decide whether you want to have that box checked or not. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I normally have it on, but if you're a big company and you've probably got like 30 or 50 consultants or processes in the invoicing module, just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm keeping mine switched on, so once that is done, I'm happy. All right, so now I've done that, I've done that. I've always checked, yes, that is correct. Custodian email for notification errors. This is an important one. So what happens if when we set this up, and we're going to get there just now, when we set it up and we've got a return email saying, sorry, this email could not be delivered. This custodian email is going to be the email address where all those notifications will get through to. Okay, because if you don't put something in there, you're never going to know that the guy never got his email. So it's normally one person in the accounts department, and it's normally the debtors person who will be responsible for this. And this custodian email then is just to say where must the notifications go through if nothing happened. Guys, please tell me if my background noise is a bit too much so that I can close my study door. So if it's bad, just pop me a message. I don't mind. I can quickly organize that. Thanks, Swanee. My wing chick, I love you. Right, Swanee's just sent the document through to everybody. So if you need to have a look or you want to save it and download it, most welcome to download the document. That is what I'm basically working from. And this is then, yeah, well, I suppose if you have the doc and you want to leave, I'll miss you, but I'll forgive you. All right, once this is done, you can then save. It also has QMR files and all of that, but if you're not into tech and you don't understand what it's all about, for now, I'm going to ask you to please ignore it. Okay. Daniel, you can use your semicolon. Daniel is asking, can you have more than one email address in the block? Yes, the answer is if you really want to. I'm saying why. Do you want to do that? Send it to 2 people. Surely only one person should be responsible. But yes, you can simply use your semicolon if you need to do more than one, or otherwise your comma as well. They should work. If they don't, let us know. We can ask the developers to do some program development for you in there. Okay. Now, another thing I also have in there, if I'm talking too fast, just say Deirdre, slow down. Okay, and I can do that. The other option we also have is the automatic emailing override from address. And this is so that your clients are not going to get these emails from the persons who originally captured them, or the person that's actually sending them. So they won't get one from Susie, and then one from Jan, and then one from Daniel, and then one from Alta, and then one from Robin. That automatic emailing override from address will be a centralized address, so they'll always get it from, let's say, accounts at Demo Travel or something like that. You don't have to have it in. If you leave it blank, it'll default to whatever the user was at that point in time who was sending out the email addresses. I just like it. It's more professional. It looks better. It's absolutely up to you. All right. Now, once we've done the system setup, we can now go and we can go and save it. Okay, so first setup, do it in the system setup, activate it. Your next job now is to go and activate it in the branch setting. So yes, I was first on the finger about the branch and telling you about suburbs and all of that nonsense to get you into the branch setting. But yes, we still need to do one setting, and we need to go and activate it in our data section. So if you click on the 4 little houses, it'll open up your branch setting, failure which, and you like the long way, quite simply go setup, company tables, and then select the branches, and there you can see the icon is exactly the same as the icon you have it at the top. So just click on branches. Please remember, if you're not allowed to play in the branch settings and it asks you for a password, there's a reason to it, okay? Somebody has decided you're not allowed to have that access, and you'll need to ask either your supervisor or manager or whoever to either go do the setup for you or to provide you with a password, okay? Unfortunately, segregation of duties is a big thing, especially in the larger agencies. And of course, we don't want people to just go and fiddle in the branch setting because they want to. We can literally change this whole program in there. Okay, so if you don't have access, ask the supervisor. If you are the supervisor and this is some leftover password from a previous person who was there, you can phone our support department and they'll open it up and give you proper access rights. Okay, so you can, sorry about my Yorkie barking, hopefully she's going to stop soon. So you can change that. If you can't get in, we can help you. Now this is my branch setting, and I've got various branches. I'm only playing with the demo for this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the options. And as I said to you guys, every single heading you see here have got multiple settings. And if you don't know what you're doing, I'm not saying you can screw my system up, but your look and feel of the program will change tremendously. So a bit of caution whenever you go into branch settings, okay, because you will change the way the system interacts. Now what we are looking for is we're looking for the heading that says clients, debtors, and leisures. And you can see here, it's the 3 little wise men. Okay. Simply double click on it. All right. And now you are going to look for something that says use extended client contact. So it's a bit down on the list, so it's a little bit down. Okay. Now, if you don't like scrolling up and down and up and down and up and down to try and find things, you can also in that text box just type in extended client, and what it will do, it'll find it for you. So it's a bit easier than scrolling up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you're a bit impatient like me and you want to get to it, get it done, get it over and move on, simply in the text box type type in extended client and click on go, and my system will say, listen here, I found a setting for you. Now all you need to do is you please need to activate it. So make sure you have a little ticky in there, okay? And this is basically just saying, listen here, I want to add extra extended contacts into my client's profile, and it'll allow you then to get and do all the things we're going to do right now. So once this is done, you're going to go and you're going to save. And then very important, a lot of people at this stage when it's activated think they can just go and say, please don't close, simply save again. All right. Once you've saved, your branch settings will close up and you can then close the branch table screen. And now, this is the part where the hard work comes in, because it's your job now to go into every data and go and set up those email addresses. And it'll take time initially, but once it's up and running, trust me, you're going to send me an email and say, Deirdre, you just changed my life. I've got so much more extra time because I don't have to email this off. So productivity has just gone through the roof. Okay, how do you do that? You're going to go into your debtors register. So you can either click on the 3 wise men there at the top, or you can go to set up clients corporates. It's exactly the same thing. It's just different ways of getting there. Okay, so it's a bit of Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. The one's the wolf, the one's the riding hood. You choose which one you want to be. Okie dokes. Now, Jan, I'm very sorry, my babes. I'm just going to mute your mic because I'm hearing your phone in the back. Sorry about that, my babes. Thank you.
I've just turned it off.
Thank you. Okay, dokes. So now how do we load this? It's like, Deirdre, thank you, but now you're talking a whole lot of waffling here. How do I do it? Quite simply, select the data that you want to change. Once you click on that, you will notice that you now suddenly have a magical extra little tab here at the bottom called End Contacts. And it actually is individual contacts, but really if we had to write the whole word out, then of course we would be running out of space. So it's IND Contacts. You're going to click on there, and your job now is to go and load them. Now there's good news and there's bad news. So let's start at the beginning. New, you're going to have to give it a key. As you can see, I've started with 1, 2, 3, 4. That key can be alphanumerical. So if you don't like 1, 2, 3, 4 and you rather want to use the initials, by all means, you can do that. So I'm going to show you that I can use the initials. You can see here on the left-hand side that I have got just numerics. Put in the key. Okay, so who's getting what? This person is Deirdre. Pretend I'm not Deirdre, so I'm just going to say Deirdre. And I can't spell my own surname. How bad am I? Everything that's green in QuickDrive, compulsory. If you don't have the stuff in, my system's going to moan the minute you save it, and it's going to be like, okay, so please put it in. Anything else is of course optional, so you don't have to put it in. I like putting it in because then I've got all the information in there, but if there's a time constraint and you don't want it and you really just want to get those invoices and stuff out, then quite simply you're just going to click on the email address and you'll enter it in there. And I'm just going to say I'm a wizard because I can, because I'm doing the training, into the numbers, and the email address where it's supposed to go. Now, you will notice at this point in time, can you see all these little things are grayed out? I can't do anything with it. The system physically wants you to enter on this email address before it will actually open it up. Now, what it's going to do is it's not going to verify the email address. It's not going to quickly go and check and see if Deirdre Z at Quick Software exists, but it is going to do a stupid check of, does it have an @ sign? And is there at least one full stop? Okay, so if you put a garbage in there with an @ and a full stop, it's still going to say, hello, we at least need an @ somewhere in the story. All right, now this is where you have the power and you can decide what exactly is it that you would like to automatically email. And it allows you to email vouchers, invoices, credit notes, receipts, and statements. Now, how awesome is that? Okay, Please bear in mind, if you do want to do your statements and stuff, you also need to make sure that the settings are correct in your main module. So we do have some documentation, and I think we have done some sessions on set up automatic emailing of statements. I've got that up as well for you, and it will probably be hosted a bit later again in case you missed it. Right, so at this stage, if you are only focusing on invoicing, because we're only focusing on invoicing and credit notes for now, right here, I have my email address. I now need to decide, am I sending the email to myself? In other words, is it a mail to, or was this a second person, like maybe Susie or Barbie? Only one person can get a mail to. The others then, of course, would be a copy to. Do you agree with me? Your copy to is your CC. Same thing happens here. You have an address to a mail to, and it'll go there. I know David's going to, not David, Daniel's going to ask me, can I have more than one mail to? Yes, you can. But I mean, there's a reason why there's a copy to. So right now, I'm saying, please, any email you get will need to be mailed to deirdre@quicksoftware.co.za. And I do know you well, Daniel. Okay, so every email for any invoice will go to deirdre.z. And if I also want to make sure Deirdre gets all the credit notes, guess what, guys? I'm going to say mail to Deirdre as well, all the credit notes. Okay. So yes, I can do that. I can also at this stage go and say vouchers and all of that, but I'm not going to demo vouchers and how it sends vouchers, okay? You can go play with it. If you like it, go play with it. It is going to do exactly the same thing as it's going to do with all the others. But you can literally just go and say mail to, CC, a blind copy. So maybe somebody is checking up on somebody else and they're like, I know I'm not supposed to get the invoices and I know it's only supposed to get the debtors clerk is supposed to get it. But you know, I really want to just get it. So I have a copy of it. Whatever the reason is, you can do a blind copy as well. Okay, I like making conspiracy stories, so I'll just shut up now. But you can do blind copy as well if you want to. It also tells you that you don't mail to a specific person. And I'm saying some person, and I'm not calling them an idiot, but clearly some person in here just went and was overzealous, went into every account and just made every person an email to, and that email address was maybe just for the secretary and she was only doing vouchers, and as I said, somebody very overzealous junior person maybe said email to. You can also go and tell the system, don't mail. Okay, I'm a bit perplexed why we put that in, but there must have been a reason. We normally have very good reasons. I just made up that reason. If you can think of something better, gooi it in the group chat and we can all have a laugh. Okay. So once you've done that, and as I said, it's a laborious task. It takes time. You're going to have to go do that for every client. Sorry for you. But once all of that is done, you then basically have done all your hard work. And it's really like seriously cool. All the hard work is done. Make sure, careful now, make sure you click on save. Don't go cancel now, because if you cancel, you've undone all your hard work and then you start all over again. Please don't cancel. Let's go do this. Let's go do a save. Right. So what happens? We go do some invoices. I'm a lazy person, so you need to forgive me. I'm just going to do a copy paste of this transaction. There I go. Doing my invoice. Laka, saving it. Ooh, yes, see, this thing is angry at me. Look, I've got automatic service fees activated. Can you see red? Danger. Anything in Quick that's red is danger. We like big warning lights. I think if we could put that alarm sound in the background, then yeah, we would have been absolutely super happy. But I just want to quickly deactivate my service fees because I have been playing and I have been breaking them. And that's what it's basically complaining about. It's basically saying it can't validate my service fee. Right. So now you're going to go on, you're going to slaughter through the day, you're going to do those invoices, get through them, all of that. Now what you ideally need to do is, as I said to you, either very early in the morning if you're very, very early at work before anybody else, or late at night, not late, but time for you to knock off and you go home. What you're going to do, you're going to go in here and you're going to go File, you're going to go to Emails, you're going to go to Mail Server. Okay, now you will also notice that sometimes it'll pop up on your screen and say, hi, hello, hello, I want to send emails. And you're going to be like, okay, Sraker, calm down. You can do that. All you're going to do right now is you're going to click on start. And what the system is going to do is the system is going to find the number of requests. I'm just going to ignore that deny. We'll get to that now. It's going to go through all the requests and it's going to try and send it for you. Now, my system has got something popping up here that talks about Outlook. And I don't know if you can see this Outlook screening, but it's saying, hey, a program's trying to send an email. Oh gosh, what are we doing? Why is it doing this? I, unfortunately, was a bit of an idiot. I set up in my preferences that the system needs to put it in my outbox because I want to see what's going out. I'm one of those OCD people. Just in case there's a virus and I'm going to infect you, my system will always warn me that there's emails going out. And unfortunately, because I did that and I didn't use the internal program, the system's not just firing off these invoices, it's now coming up and say, Deirdre, do you really want to send this invoice? And I now have to say, yes, I'll allow it. And you can see it keeps on asking me again and again and again. Okay. And if you're wondering where I'm getting it, I'm trying to click on the interrupt and I was too late. Let me interrupt. Oh, yes, let me pull this here. I'm going to try and do this on a fast finger. Ah! Interrupt. Oh, yes. Okay, guys, I'm trying to interrupt to show you, but it's going to have to run through now. But I'll show you what it does. Well, yes, it really loves sending. And I've actually been working 8 invoices for me is a lot. On demo data, I clearly worked very hard. And my emails are coming through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my invoices now to show you. I'll just allow that, okay. Please, guys, don't be like me. Don't use this. I'm going to show you where to change the setting right now, okay? Really? Are we not there yet? Very angry. Can you see? Oh, good. Stop. It's done. It'll tell you that there's notifications and it's a problem and it doesn't know what to do and all of that. I think if I've just crashed my invoicing system because I've got a message here on the left-hand side. I did. Let me just go back. Please don't do what I do. Let it just load quickly. Right, invoicing is back. Remember I said to you I've got that stupid setting up under my preferences? Please go check. When you go to set up my preferences, under my email, can you see we have a setting here that says mail service? Now, Deirdre was a real nunu. I should get the naughty badge of the week because I said, please, whenever you email anything from QuickTrav, place it in my outbox. Make sure that, please, you either use the internal emailer or the external emailer. By default, your internal emailer will just send them off like a rocket, okay, and they'll go one after the other, and it's much faster, much better. So please make sure that you've got internal emailer in your own preferences set up so that it can just fire off without asking you a whole gazillion times. Okay. Right, so now I've sent the emails. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my screen across. Let me just show you this. And you can see here, all the emails where I set up myself for the invoicing of that particular data is beautiful. I hope you can see my email screen. Can you see my email screen? Quickly, give me a yes or no, please. Yay, Alta first fingers. 10 points credit because you were that fast. Thank you, Shirley. Say hello, me, Daniel, everybody. Okay. So here you can see there's the invoices that your client's going to receive. If you had any problems, and remember I said to you, you can go and say, where must all these failed stuff come through? Here it comes. Daniel, remember I said you don't use the separator. Please don't go hog down your whole email thing or more than one person's email screen with all these undeliverable. Guys, it's a killer. You don't want to see all of these. I know you're going to have to attend to them, but it's not necessary for 3 people to be attending to the same thing of the Outlook file. Okay, I would really only assign one, but that's just me. You are welcome to disagree, and if you do, you can throw it in the chat and we can have a nice debate about that. Now, Once you've done all of that, it's all great, fun and wonderful, but you still really want to see what happened, because maybe you're sick and our Swanee has to take over my work and the boss is like, did you send the emails? Or the client's like, I never got your email. Don't you hate those calls? I never got it and you never sent it. No, 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 no. And they go blah, 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 blah. And I'm just hearing, yeah, whatever. The good news is we have a register. As with all things quick, we have an email register. You can quite simply go in there and the system will tell you what it was trying to do and what actually happened in it. And you'll also see there, I've got even reports in there, so I can be really cool if I do want to. All right. And then, of course, there was an email there just telling you exactly what you did, what you said, all of those things. So you can actually have a look and you can have the information of exactly the things that were sent. At this stage, it is only set to my emails. So if you need to set it to everybody's emails, you will see way more. Please bear in mind this is demo data and only I'm playing on here. But if it was set to all emails, you'd probably have thousands in there. Okay. Daniel is saying, I said check the spam email box. Yeah, I hate that box, but you could probably find some of those answers in there as well. All right. And this, if you want to get rid of it, you can go and purge it if you want to. Again, this is totally up to you. You can open it up. So if you want to see what's happening, simply click on open. If you are searching for something specific, go search for it. You can either search by addressee, a date, a subject, a key, anything like that. And it's especially handy if you get those people who phone you and they're always like, I never got your emails, and you know they got it. And as Daniel said, it's in the damn spam email box. Go check it out there. But this is just your arsenal, your proof. You can just say, listen here guys, I'll send you a screen dump. I've got it. We sent it. I'm sorry you didn't get it. Please check on your side. And that, in a very quick nutshell, is the automatic emailing of invoices. And now remember, we said invoices, but it's not just invoices. It's invoices, credit notes, receipts, statements, and vouchers. Okay, it's really cool. It's very handy. It's going to save you oodles of hours of times because you don't have to go file, print documents, invoice, credit notes, and then type in the email address, the da. It does save you time. I promise it does. Try and run this at night or very early in the morning if you're early. And I know you all are because that's what accountants do. They always go in early and they work extra late. So try and activate it at night. Go home, have a nice sleepy. Let the program send those invoices out to you. Do we have any questions? You can unmute yourself now if you have any questions, or if you just want to say hi or anything like that. Any questions?
Yes, Ray.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello. I just want to ask a question.
Yes.
We send to our clients every 7 days the invoices for that week.
Okay.
Is there any way to set that up?
A scheduler for invoicing. There's a scheduler for
every week. For that week, like from the 1st to the 7th, all the invoices.
Okay, my wing chick can correct me, but I'm going to say we can schedule report packs, but we can't schedule emails. No.
Okay.
Sorry. Swanee, am I right or wrong, babes? Swanee? Maybe she's on a call, this poor chick. If I'm doing training, she's doing calls. I'm right. Thanks, Swanee. Love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Sorry, David. Daniel, we got bad news for you today. I keep on calling you David. I think we should just call you David's son. Okay, you just now, whatever. No problem. It's fine.
You can call me anything, even Al if you want.
Thanks, Daniel. Cheryl is asking a question. She's saying, if the account has no movement on it 1 month, will it ignore that account or is it still going to send out the statement? It depends whether it has a balance, my baby. If you think about it, it should send out a statement if there's still a balance on it, if that makes sense. Okay. Does that answer your questions, Cheryl? I know you don't want movement. Why must it ignore it? I get it, but if there's a balance, that statement should go. Good accounting practice says statement should go if there's a balance. Am I right or wrong? Anybody? Somebody, do you agree with me? Send out that statement, get our money. Yay! Okay, cool. Any other questions? That was a very good question, though, Cheryl. You were checking if I'm awake, hey? I know, Cheryl. I know. I think I had some coffee for now. If it has no balance, then it won't send out a statement. Okay, keep in mind that you will also have some settings when you do the automatic emailing of statements, and it will ask you some stuff. So yes, you will be able to be in control to say, do I want to send a nil balance statement or don't I? And if you want to, I can quickly check on when the automatic statements story is happening. The automatic emailing of statements is happening on the 16th of July at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Cheryl. So we'll go into, and listen, it's only coffee. We'll go into greater detail then on Thursday the 16th about the statements and why we choose balances and don't choose balances, and should we really spam a poor client with a nil balance statement. Okay. Any other questions? Anything else you want to know?
One more.
Yes.
If you've got a credit on your statement, can you ignore those sending out? Because a lot of our clients, we ask them for a deposit or upfront payment to, if you know what I mean, and only once they've booked and finalized, then do we invoice out.
Yeah, Daniel, see, I want to go David again. David, you David. Okay, you renamed.
Okay,
go to Home Affairs. Go tell them Deidre says my name's David. I'm David. Daniel? Oh my gosh, guys, just so you know, Daniel used to work with me. So this is even more awkward than ever. Like, how the hell did what's going on? Any event. Daniel, you now put me in the spot because I can't remember that you can specify credit balances. What I know and I distinctly remember is that you can stop and say, don't send nil balances. I think you're going to have to get that answer on Thursday, the 16th of July at 2 o'clock, because then I've done all my preparation. I'm very sorry. I'm bad. You guys, if we send out the feedback questionnaire, you can go and say she's pathetic because she doesn't know her programs. I promise I will forgive you, okay?
So
any
on
other
the
questions?
16th, will I be David, will I be Daniel, or George?
Hey, listen, you're allowed to put in your email as Daniel McCovey, okay, but you might just have to say this is Daniel, aka David for Deirdre, okay? It'll work.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Okie dokes. Any other questions? Hello, anybody else? Do you want to let me go? Do you want me to go and prepare for ICC2? Who's joining me for ICC2, by the way? And if you don't know what ICC2 is, it's internal credit cards, but it's the new internal credit card, so you don't have to do a cash invoice, cash credit notes, and all of that. Whoever's joining me on that one, it's going to be a fun ride. Put on your accounting hats, or try and put on your accounting hats and try and see what you can do there. It's going to be absolutely, I think, awesome to show to you. And you're going to be like, where have you been all my life? And yeah, maybe we'll get some fan mail for the ICC2. To everybody else, have a lovely, lovely day. Thanks for joining us, Mad Hatters here from Quick Software. We really enjoy your interaction and we appreciate you coming through. You have no idea. It really warms our hearts. Do take care until the next session. My Yorkie is now on DEFCON 1, so she's not going to stop barking. I'm going to mute my mic. Take care. If you do have something that you want to ask, go ahead, ask. Otherwise, I'll end this meeting in about 2 minutes' time. Take care. Bye.